everybody and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So in today's video I have a full face of first impressions. I have like everything new apart from a foundation and concealer and a lip liner I think and a bronzer. Yeah, a bronzer, foundation, concealer and a lip liner are like the only things that I have that isn't brand new, apart from everything else in this video is brand new, so it's like my first impression on it. And if you're wanting to see me talk more about these products, I actually did feature them all in a haul video recently too, so I will have a link to that in the description if you're interested. But if you want to see how I got this makeup look right here and whether or not I rate it or whether or not I hate it, just keep watching. So because this is like a full face first impressions, I'm going to try my hardest to use products that I've never used before. And if you watch actually one of my recent videos, which was a haul video, you would see like a lot of products that I'm going to use in today's video I actually hauled in a different video. So if you haven't seen that one yet, I'll leave like a wee card here on the screen that you can click and it'll take you straight to that video. But the primer that I have today that I've never tried before is the Paul & Joe Protecting Foundation Primer. Packaging just comes like this. In my haul video I actually mentioned that I've never ever heard of this brand before, so it'll be interesting to see. And whenever this first arrived, I was like, holy crap, that's going to be so light of a shade for foundation. But then I actually read it and it's actually a serum primer, so hopefully it works really well. And I actually looked this brand up and you can get it off ASOS I think, so I will try and leave a link to where you can get it down below if it's a good product or not. So I just done like 2 pumps in my hand and it sort of looks like this. It's quite runny, as you can see it is running. So I am gonna, oh my gosh, I got it on my lip. Oh. So it kind of smells like an old lady's perfume, but like a nice like old lady scent. You know the way you get like rotten old lady scents, then you get like nice, really nice old lady scents? It's one of the nicer ones and it's not like too, I was just about to say it's not really overpowering, but the more you actually blend it into your skin, you can really smell the fragrance of it. So if you're not a fan of like fragrance makeup products, I don't think I would recommend this to you because it does smell quite perfumey. It feels more like a moisturizer on the skin. It doesn't have that silicone-y feel, which I like as well because I hate silicone based primers. I feel like they just dry out my skin and make my skin look worse. But with this, feels quite moisturising and does feel quite serumy. Like it's not a really thick primer and it's not really oily as well. Like it does feel quite moisturising on the skin and it has left my skin quite tacky as well, which is like a good thing. So hopefully that my foundation that I'm going to use will like stick to it. So first impressions on this, I do like the smell of it. It feels good on my skin. It has sort of like brightened up my skin as well, as because it is a little bit of a paler shade because it does have like a little tint to it. But overall, I feel like it has done a nice wee job at just like priming my skin. I'm also going to use the Too Faced Primer Set Refresh Hangover 3-in-1 spray. I always see Michael Finch using this and he loves it. I've never tried it yet. I love the packaging of this. I just love how like the bottle's like so chunky looking. So I'm going to spray this on my skin also as like a primer spray. Oh my gosh, it smells like coconuts. Oh my god, it smells amazing. It literally just smells exactly like the Hangover X primer. I love the primer of that. Oh my god, it's so refreshing. My skin actually looks really nice here actually. I feel like that primer has actually, Paul & Joe primer has actually like really brightened up my skin. So guys, I actually don't have a foundation that is new at the moment that I can try out, but I have got this one that I haven't used. I literally haven't used this in about 1.5 years. I literally rediscovered it there the other day and I know it's really bad to like use like products that are like so old, but I mean like it looks fine, it smells fine, so I'm going to apply it to my skin and see how it goes. But this is a Smashbox Studio Skin 15-Hour Wear Hydrating Foundation. This is what the bottle looks like. Mine is in the shade 2.3 and as far as I can remember, I did like this foundation. I remember seeing good reviews about it at the time. I'm going to try it again to see how I like it now. So I'm going to put well that's like 1 pump, so that's obviously not going to cover my skin. I'm going to do like 3 pumps, in fact 4 pumps and you get that much. I'm going to dot it around my skin here. Hopefully the shade matches okay. It looks like it should do. So I'm just going to start to blend this in. Okay, so it's definitely not a matte foundation. It does look quite like dewy and stuff on my skin. Saying that, the primer that I used sort of left my skin quite radiant, so it could just be the primer coming through, but it is classed as a hydrating foundation, so it might be a little bit dewy. But I would say this foundation is about a medium coverage actually, because as you can see I do have freckles and stuff on my head here and it hasn't really covered them that well. So I'm going to make sure all this is really pressed into my skin, and then what I'm going to do is actually do another layer on my skin just to kind of build up the coverage a wee bit and just make sure that it's completely blended in. This foundation actually does feel very hydrating and moisturising in the skin and it doesn't feel heavy at all. Definitely buildable. It has definitely provided more coverage there that I've built up these layers. Guys, I actually don't have a concealer as well. I'm so sorry that I don't have a new foundation and concealer to try. But today I'm just going to use the Too Faced Born This Way concealer. This one is in the shade Very Fair. It's pretty much like a really pale colour. So before I actually set my skin, I want to try out this here. This is the Hoola Quickie Contour Stick. Again, I've never ever tried this before, so this is the first time. I did swatch it on my hand in the haul video and I was really surprised by how blendable it was. So I'm going to cream contour with this today. So I'm just going to apply it where I would normally contour, which would be my cheekbones, my jawline. I'm going to do the sides of my nose a wee bit here, underneath my lip, and then also around these sides of my head. This is gliding on so nicely onto the skin. That's pretty much where I like to cream contour. It's a really nice shade. It's not orange, it's not too ashy, it's like a neutral brown shade, so it works really well because it's not going to be really warm on the skin and it's not either going to be really ashy and cool toned either. It's just like a nice neutral colour, so you can like bronze and contour with this at the same time. Oh my gosh guys, it's blending out so easy. Like I'm literally just patting my brush into it and it's blending into the skin really nicely. I love contour sticks that blend really nicely because it means you're like not disrupting like everything else that you've just applied onto your skin, so you're able just to like blend the contour stick in and then that's you, rather than like messing up your foundation and stuff. Don't worry if you get your contour a little bit too low, because we can clean that up with some foundation or concealer or your powder at the end. My skin's actually looking so radiant and glowy right now. Like all those products are really dewy and like shiny and healthy looking on my skin. So now what I'm going to do is set all that and to kind of like set it in place, just make sure that it doesn't budge right today. I'm going to be trying out the Too Faced Born This Way setting powder. It has like a weird word at the front of it. Ethereal? Not too sure how to pronounce that at all, but that's what the little box of it looks like. And then I have been literally buzzing to try this. I've had this for a few months now and I literally haven't touched it, but this is what the packaging looks like. It looks so gorgeous. I love how it's like trapped in with this little lid so it doesn't get like messy and stuff. So I'm going to take some in the lid, and I really hope to God this is good because I love the Laura Mercier translucent powder. I love the Airspun powder. I love the RCMA No Colour powder, so hopefully this is a good one. I'm just taking my beauty blender and just patting this on underneath my eyes to bake. It's a really nice light yellowy colour, so it's sort of brightening as well. It's quite similar in shade to the Laura Mercier one actually, but I think it's a little bit more yellow actually. And then what I'm going to do is take some on the side of my beauty blender and take it underneath my contour. Like that, just to really sculpt out my face. While I'm letting that sort of bake into my skin, I'm going to move on to my eyebrows. Okay, so while I'm letting the powder and stuff bake into my skin, I'm going to be doing my eyebrows. And today I'm going to be trying out the Benefit Precisely My Brow Pencil. And I feel like I'm the last ever person to try this out. I've never tried it before. I've tried the other Benefit Brow Pencil and I did really like it. I can't remember the name of it. It's like the one that's like an angled one, whereas this one's more of just like a straight line. But I'm excited to try this. This shade is in the shade 3, so hopefully it matches my brows because I love the spoolie on the Benefit Brow products. It works so well coming through your brows. This is what the brow pencil looks like. I love the packaging of Benefit products, like they're so cool. And then you have the little pencil here. It's one of those little like really fine ones that you can get like a lot of detail in with. So normally whenever I do my brows, I would normally fill them in with like a pomade and then conceal them afterwards. So hopefully they still look really decent with this pencil because I've never really gotten into pencils that much. So hopefully it works okay. Okay, so the actual shade of the pencil is very similar to my actual eyebrow hair, which is quite good. But normally I would go a few shades darker. Okay, I love the formula of this. It's like, do you know the way you get those brow pencils and you literally just press in so hard and nothing comes out? And then sometimes you get brow pencils and they're just so waxy and creamy and they literally just scrape your whole eyebrow. But this is like right in between. Like it's still nice and soft, but it's still quite hard to where the point like you can't like go crazy with it. Like you can still get nice wee strokes, but it's quite hard. So you do get a little bit more control, but then it is quite soft and the fact that it does transfer onto your brows quite nicely. And because of the shape of the actual pencil, you can create like the finest brush strokes at the start of your brow. It also blends really nicely with the spoolie to create like the ombre brow. I'm actually loving that because it creates a really nice brow, but it looks really nice and soft as well. Like it doesn't look really harsh. Okay, so that's my brows filled in with that pencil and I'm really loving how they look. They look so natural in my opinion. Like they don't look really harsh. But because this pencil is a little bit lighter, you can see like the lighter part above my actual brow hair. But I feel like if I had this shade and a darker shade, I could totally switch it up between having like a more harsher brow with like the darker shade and then keeping this shade for more of like a natural brow. Like this is probably one of the easiest pencils that I've ever used in my brows. Like I'm not really a fan of eyebrow pencils as a whole. Like I would normally use pomades and like eyebrow gels, whereas this I actually found it was really easy to use and I like how it's made my brows look really soft and just like blurry looking and just like HD'd. What I'm going to do now is use another Benefit eyebrow product. It's the High Brow Pencil and I remember having this like years and years ago and it was like a pinky sort of colour. So let's see what it's like now. Oh my gosh, it is. It's like a pinky colour again. So I'm going to try this out and see how it goes, and if it looks a little bit too weird because it is like a pinky tint, I'll use just my concealer over it. But this is what it looks like. I think it only comes in one shade, but as you can see here, it's like a pink brightening pencil. So I don't know whether to like apply it straight to my brow with this or use a brush. I'll try it with this first of all, and if it's like not precise, I'll use a brush. So I'm just literally gonna run it just right underneath my brow. I'm also gonna kind of drag it down a wee bit and use it as like a base for like my brow bone highlighter. I feel like with this you would always need to kind of keep this sharpened for you to get like a precise line with it because it's one of those pencils that would go blunt, so you do need to sharpen it. But yeah, I have like no issues with this. I do like it. I feel like I will go back to it. I would normally just use my concealer, but this actually has like a nice wee tint to it. I'm just going to take a brush and just blend it down. Sort of like a waxy, creamy kind of like base. I'm going to come closer here a wee second. But I don't know if you can see this, but I think where my foundation's been on my eyelid with my concealer and where the powder sort of set it, it's kind of started like coming away a little bit and like breaking up slightly like here. I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but it's like starting to like go a little bit patchy looking where the powder's been. So hopefully my under eyes don't look really patchy with this powder. I do have like high expectations for this, and as you can see, like my lids are like really badly creasing with like everything, and my eyelids like never normally crease, so I don't know what to do. And the powder looked quite yellow as well. Like I think it might actually be like too dark for my skin tone because I like a really brightening powder, but I'm gonna buff the powder away now to see what it looks like whenever it's completely set. I'm just gonna take a big powder brush and start buffing this powder away. Yeah, it definitely does leave like a yellow tint. I don't know if you can see it, but it looks a little bit yellow there. It hasn't brightened up my under eyes at all, and it's sort of lifted my concealer a bit. I thought it would have worked really well with the Too Faced concealer because they're like from the same brand, but I don't know if you can see this, like certain parts are like more yellow than the others, and it's really mattified my skin and like really made it look really dry. I'll come closer just so I can show you. Can you see like my under eyes? Certain parts like right up here looks still yellow, and then like my concealer is kind of just like sticking to like all my hairs, and even my under eyes don't even feel that smooth compared to like how like my normal setting powders would make my under eyes feel. I'm not too sure how I feel about that powder, and it hasn't really brightened my under eyes either, and that's the reason why I like to bake, because I like to let my powder bake so that when I do wipe it away you still get like a little bit of like residue there to kind of brighten up your under eyes, whereas this I feel like is actually darker them slightly. Okay, so now on to something actually quite exciting, like that I've been really buzzing to try. I recently got the Makeup Revolution the Soph and Makeup Revolution collaboration. If you don't know who Sophie is, she is Soph Does Nails, I think, on YouTube. Her videos are literally amazing. She uploads all the time, and her and Makeup Revolution actually collabed and created an eyeshadow palette and a highlighter palette. But today I'm going to be using the eyeshadow palette and giving you like a wee review. Obviously I can only use a couple of the colours because I'm only going to be creating one lip, but here is what the eyeshadows look like. There is a massive variety of shades, like you have some matte shades, some shimmers, a white and a black. There's a lot of different colours in here. First colour I'm going to take from the palette is this one here, and I'm going to apply this right into my inner corner. Oh my gosh, it barely has any fallout. I'm applying my brush right into it, and it barely has any fallout, which is like a good sign. Oh my gosh, my eyelids are literally, oh my gosh guys, I need to zoom you guys in to show you this again because this looks literally so horrible. Look at all of this. It's all breaking apart. This is why I don't like using new products on camera, because it can either go one way or it can go the other. So I'm taking that shimmery shade and applying this into my inner corner. Wow. Look how pigmented that is. It kind of reminds me of MAC's Nylon eyeshadow. And I actually said that in one of my recent videos as well about the JACLYN Hill eyeshadow palette. There's a colour in there that reminds me of Nylon eyeshadow from MAC, and Nylon is like one of my favourite highlighting shades. So I'm applying this right into my inner corner here to really brighten up that area. That shade is literally so pigmented. So now what I'm going to do, I feel like I'm going to take, a mix between these two shades here as my transition colour. I literally just tap my brush into that colour there, and look how pigmented that is. So I'm going to mix these two shades. This one here sort of has like a little bit of glitter through it, but I feel like whenever you apply it, it'll just kind of like fall off. But I'm mixing those two shades. I'm going to use them as my transition colour. Wow, the pigmentation is amazing. Makeup Revolution is such an amazing brand. For the price, it's literally like a high-end brand. If you're starting out makeup, I would highly recommend checking out Makeup Revolution, because they have like, they pretty much create dupes of like high-end products, and they get them down to like literally a T. Like they all work so well. Obviously they have products that aren't so good compared to some other products, like every brand has that, but I mean the majority of their products are amazing, and for the price like you cannot beat them at all. Now I'm going to take this shade right here. It's sort of like a burgundy brown sort of shade. Like, oh my gosh, the pigmentation of these are amazing, and they're blending amazingly. I'm just going to apply it on my outer corner here and just sort of buff it into the crease. And normally from like less expensive makeup brands, the quality isn't as great, and you can just sort of forgive them for that, but like quality's fine, but it just isn't as good obviously as like high end and stuff. But I mean, this brand, this quality, I would say the quality of this palette right here be very similar to the Morphe JACLYN Hill palette that I just tried the other day. But what I'm going to do is just take that there red sort of colour again, this one here that I just applied, and just smoke it out under my lower lash line. I'm now going to take this shade right here and just apply it onto my finger, and what I'm going to do is just apply this onto my lid. Wow, it's sort of like a foiled eyeshadow. Okay, so that's pretty much what I'm going to do for my eyeshadow. It's just a really simple look, but I just wanted to test out a few of the eyeshadow shades just to see what the quality and stuff was like, and I am obsessed with this palette. Like, well done Sophie, like you've done amazing with this palette. Like, I would definitely recommend all of you guys to try it because it's such a good palette to have. Like, if you're matte shades, you've white to black, you've all really nice shimmer shades, you've like a cool tone colours here, you've more warmer shades here and here. Like, for my lashes, I'm going to be applying On Fleek from Sassy Lashes, and I will have a link to where you can get them down below. I'm just going to go ahead and apply the glue and stuff on them and then just let them sit for a bit before I actually apply them. So I haven't got a new bronzer, so I'm just going to use my regular bronzer, which is the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil. I literally haven't got a new bronzer in like forever. Once I find a good bronzer, it's like I always stick to like the same one because like bronzer is one of my main things that I just like literally love. My foundation doesn't look too bad like whenever it's far away, but see, whenever I go up close, I'm like, holy shit, my skin looks horrific. And like, my skin looked so good before I applied the foundation and the concealer and the powder. Like, even before, like, the skin looked actually really well. Like, I like the contour stick, I like the foundation, I normally love the concealer, but it was until I applied that powder, I feel like it was the powder that just made everything like go to pure shit, to be honest. So I'm definitely obviously going to try the powder out again a few times just to see, because like not every product works for everyone, you know what I mean? Like, there's so many products on the market, not every product is going to make everyone happy, so there's bound to be one thing at least I'm not going to like, but I definitely love this bronzer. If you're wondering what it is, it's Too Faced Chocolate Soleil. So what I'm going to do now is apply this by Cherry blusher. This is also a new product. It's the Cherry Blee Densilis blush in Bohemian Flirt. This feels so luxury, guys. Like, by Cherry is just a luxury brand. If I can get it open. The worst thing about having nails on is like you can never get anything open. Oh my gosh, I cannot get this open. It literally feels like a little pebble. It's so heavy, but look how gorgeous that pink colour is. I'm going to take some on my brush and apply some to the apples of my cheeks. I never normally apply blusher, but might as well go for it. I got this sent out to me. I didn't actually purchase this blusher because blusher is like a thing that I would never ever purchase. Like, I never normally wear it, but I got this sent out and it's from By Cherry and I've never tried By Cherry before, so I was like, right, I'll try it out. But to be honest, the colour is nice, it's quite natural looking on the skin, but I mean, I don't see anything special for it. It's definitely not, I wouldn't say, like, personally, I'm not a blusher fan, so I can't really like completely analyse this product and like whether it's good or bad or not. Like, I just feel like it's just a blush. And for £56, I think it is, so for highlighter, I actually have a couple of things that I really want to use, but I'm not too sure which one to go for. I actually think I might as well use the Soph highlighting palette while I have it here and just kind of keep it all in the one video. I also have the Dandelion Twinkle highlighter from Benefit and an Ofra Blissful highlighter too, but I think I am just going to use this one today so that I've obviously used the eyeshadow palette and the highlighter palette together. Once again, this is from Makeup Revolution and it's in collaboration again with Sophie. Like, she's done so well. Like, look at this. Look how gorgeous this looks. I was swatching this the other day on my Snapchat and like, oh my gosh, I'll just do a couple of swatches to show you. There's like these ones here are like baked highlighters. I feel like they're a lot more pigmented compared to these two, but I'll do swatches to show you. Look at that, guys. Wow. So what I'm going to do, I think I'm going to take these two shades here. Oh my gosh, they are actually quite pigmented. I thought these ones wouldn't have been as pigmented and like glowy because they're a little bit more, like, they don't swatch as well. But actually on the skin, oh my gosh. Like, these ones are definitely like those highlighters that just kind of melt into your skin. They don't look like extra powder or anything. Okay, so now that I've applied that, what I'm going to do is take the more like golden colour here, which is this one. I apply this right on top and I feel like this one is going to be the one that just makes everything just blow and look so amazing. Yeah, I told you, like, this one literally just makes everything look amazing. First impressions on this, it worked amazingly. I love it. Even the more neutral highlight shades work amazingly too, and even the more intense ones are just like, they just hit the nail on the head and just make everything glow so much. So what I'm going to do is just line my lips with a nude lip liner just that I already have in my collection. And the lipstick that I'm going to use is actually from Paul & Joe again, that little random brand that I've never tried anything from apart from the primer. I'm going to be using the Paul & Joe lipstick in the shade, what shade is this? I have no idea. It could be Paul & Joe lipstick in 203. It's sort of like a corally, like a nudie shade. I'm going to try this colour out to see what it looks like on. It's a really moisturising lipstick. It actually feels like a lip balm. Oh my gosh, it's made my lips look so glossy. So now what I'm going to do just to finish everything off is take the Too Faced Hangover X setting spray again. And just spray this all over my skin, and hopefully by doing this it like makes the powder not look half as bad on my skin. Oh my gosh. Woo! Oh my gosh, I'm literally soaking. Hopefully this dries, okay? Oh my god, this video has been an absolute fail. This is one of the main reasons why I hate trying new products on camera. Saying that, I actually do really like this. I do like it from my initial first impression, but I just didn't realise that it would have come out like a lot of product. Like, look at this. Completely soaking. Okay guys, so this is the completed makeup look. Now that setting spray is dried in, it's actually sort of like tied everything together. My skin still looks quite bad up close, but from far away it actually looks really nice. Like all the products worked. Like nothing didn't work, but nothing nothing was a complete disaster pretty much. But I think just as soon as I applied the Too Faced powder, that's when everything sort of went to shit. But apart from the highlighting palette, the eyeshadow palette, the brow products, apart from all that, like I love the foundation stuff that I use. I love that wee primer and stuff. But it was just until I put that powder on, I felt like everything just started to separate on my skin. But now that I have like my bronzer, my blusher, my highlight, and my setting spray and all on, it doesn't look too bad. I really hope you guys enjoyed this first impression, full face first impressions video. Comment down below and thumbs up this video if you want to see more from me. And yeah, I love you guys, and I will see you in my next one.